I'm going to be working on my comic. I know initially I was supposed to continue around Otley video that I was doing, but like I wasn't able to meet my quota for today, so and I want to do that. So I'm just going to work on my comic book page today. So that's what we're going to be doing. Uh, yeah, and let's just get into it. So I'm currently working on page 11, and yeah, so far it's been all right. Oh, the sketch is done. It's just left for me to ink. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I don't know yet. Let's see. There's just so much to do in a day. Like there's so much, and yeah, let's just see how I can like at this point. What the hell was that? Like these days, I don't even get the time to enjoy like actually working on the comic because I have to finish it. Like I enjoy creating, but I actually have to finish it. So like it's like I don't have the time to enjoy like making the comic. Like the process of actually drawing the comic most of the time because I'm always behind schedule for whatever reason. Hello Ransford, how you doing? Welcome to the stream and thanks for joining. I hope you're having a good day. I'm having an alright day. Uh so yeah, that's just my current predicament. And that's the thing about comics is that you always have something new to do. Like it's never enough. Yeah, it will never be enough. And you just have to kind of find a way to cope. And my problem is because I've not published a lot. Um so I can't like necessarily relax because I haven't published a lot. I haven't published a lot of comics. So that's why I have to train myself. I have to train myself in the art of like publishing and publishing and publishing and publishing over and over and over again. And it's not easy because it's a skill at the end of the day, you know, it's a skill. Uh, well, the truth is, I'd rather do this every day than anything else, to be honest. Copying from a manga panel. You are? You are copying from a manga panel? I didn't understand that sentence you made. Yeah, you're the only one in the live stream video, apparently. You're the only one, apparently. Yeah, that's how it happens. It's usually like that. Although one or two people usually join later on. Um, please, if you're just joining, please just give the video a like. Even though you go, like, please just help me out and just give the video a like. I really appreciate it. Um, thank you. It really helps out. No, I'm not copying a manga panel. I mean, it's my comic that I'm copying from. This is mine, by the way. It's a page I did, and I'm copying it because of reference. Like, there's a character I'm drawing. So I have to like I'm just copying it for consistency. Um, I'm copying it to be consistent. Mm, 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 mm. Do, 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 do. Ooh, 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 ooh. Eh, eh. Mm, 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 mm. Let's just say I keep a check. Shows a bad never tell us. Oh, yeah. Thanks to the second person that liked. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hope you're all having a good day. Thanks to the third person that liked. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. It helps out. It helps out the algorithm. I don't know how, but I heard it does. Uh, Sunflower from Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yo, when that movie first came out, I blasted that song over and over and over and over again. Hello, a gray ghost. I thought it's agri, a gray ghost. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a lovely evening or afternoon, depending on where you are. I am working on my comic book. I am working on page. This is currently page 11 of the comic, and I think I have like 40 more pages to do. But I don't know. I might give up at the end of the day and just stop at page 20 and then continue the comic book. Um, then, but that's currently the page I'm on. Uh, yeah. Hopefully, I go with distance by the end of the month. And the thing is that the quality of the art, I have opted to reduce the quality of the art so that I can be able to be fast. Because if I spend a lot of time on the comic book, it will never finish. You just answered the question I was about to ask. Evening. Yeah, I know about your comic. I come across your channel. Then read your comic. Share it with a few friends too. Oh, thank you so much, Ghost. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Uh, thank you. It's a work in progress. It's not perfect yet, but it will get better. Oh, by the way, this was the last page I completed. Let me show you guys. This was the last page I completed. It's just a panel of the two characters, like just having a conversation. And these are some of my favorite panels to do because they really define the character or the characters. What was the question, a message from the stars? Or what was the question you wanted to ask that I answered instinctively without knowing? And now, because I don't want to have to draw this this pose of him crying again, I just copy it and paste it. I have to do it in a smart way, of course. You got 12, 12 views. Exactly. I won't let the fame get to my head, I promise. What page am I on? Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 I did. I was on page 11. I'm on page 11. When I look back at the pages, the art isn't always to my taste because I always feel I can do a lot better. But I just I just console myself with the fact that I'm making progress in the comic. Um, and progress is very important. I'm just going to leave that. I've added the text already, and I'm just putting them. I just reduce the opacity of the text so that I can just see through the sketch that I have already done. So it's just going to help with that. Yeah, ready for next chapter. Yeah. Um, it reduced to five. Yeah, it happens, bro. It happens. It happens. I have a question though. Why black and white? Is it because coloring is stressful or because you're heavily inspired by manga? First of all, I coloring is extremely stressful. I'll just put that out there. And I am good at coloring, but it takes a lot of time having to think about the environment and you know how to draw the art in a way that is going to be consistent and still allow for the coloring to still shine as well and like the coloring to complement the inking. It takes a lot of time and energy, right, for you to be able to execute coloring. But what I then opted for, because it's something that had been bothering me for a while, because I did want the comic to look in the best way that it could look. And what I just decided, because I started reading manga actually in 2022, and what I just decided to do was I just decided to make the comic like manga. And mangas, a lot of top mangas, they just use black and white. They don't necessarily add colors to it. They add colors at a later time. So I just decided to make my manga or my comic black and white. And that is what I did. And that is how I've been working, And there's a lot of indie comics that have been done in black and white. So, I mean, and it can still be successful with black and white. The way I see to do it is that like once I'm done with a certain amount of chapters, I'll then like, and let's say if I'm able to make profit from actually making comics, even though I know it will take a while, I'll hire a colorist and a colorist to color it, and I'll put up the colored version for people to read. So that's the current plan. You can't trip over what's behind you if you keep moving forward is a quote that fits what you just said. Yeah, that's true. That's a nice quote, by the way. That's a nice quote. You can't trip over what's behind you if you keep moving forward. Because if you look at it, like no art is perfect. You can always find something wrong with your art. And yeah, that's just the reality of the situation. You can always find something wrong with your art or something to improve with what you've drawn. And I always do that to myself either ways. So it's just better I just keep moving forward. Like if you look at the art in the last issue, it's a lot more detailed than this one, by the way. Um, because I spent a lot of time hatching. Like even crowds, I was detailing crowds for crying out loud. When there's sort of like a you just need to move the story forward, especially since life is short and I have a lot of stories I want to tell. Like there's a lot of stories that are begging for my attention, and I haven't given them the proper attention because I'm spending time on this one. I think even though you said it's lower quality, so it gets done faster, it still looks great. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. And the thing about it is that like once the more time, the more experience you get with finishing a comic book page or every single page or every single panel or every single issue or chapter, depending on how you look at it, you get extra points or you get extra how do I call it experience with learning how to finish or like the tricks to use to or the mentality rather to have when actually completing a comic book page. Um, and that is what I've learned at least because at the end of the day, people don't really notice a lot of the the things in the comic either ways. So just make it convincing enough, like be able to tell a story with what you have. Um, so that's why I say you don't need the perfect art to be able to tell your story. Um, you can learn and improve your art while still telling your comic book story, or like any endeavor that you want to go into. You can become a better environment artist whilst doing environment art. Um, Hello, Princess. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining. Hope you're having a good day. How's France doing this evening? How's the weather over there? That's pretty understandable. I'm into coloring and it's really stressful. I think your art is really good. I think I've seen your colored art. C'est magnifique. Did I pronounce that well? Yeah, but thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've done colored work. I've done comics like for people as well. Where I've colored the comic. I've done the penciling, the inking, and then the coloring. And I've done all this for them. And it looked decent. But coloring isn't like my strongest part of my art. I would say um well, I'm good at portraits, but like coloring comic books is a different ball game. So I would say my coloring is okay, but for comic books, it's not as strong as say my illustration is. All of them needs work, but of course, you just have to focus on one thing. Well, what sort of comic book have you colored or have you worked on, if you care to share? Uh, I'm going to leave now. I wish you good luck with the comic. I hope you have a wonderful evening, depending on your time zone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's evening right now. Thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time to be here. Yeah, I hope you have a great and wonderful day as well. Mhm. It's too beautiful. It's too beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, that's what it means. Oh, wow. Oh, well, thank you, Grey Ghost. I appreciate that. Thank you. Mm, and finally, the small fingers. Yep. I'm not going to waste my time on this, so I'm going to duplicate it. Uh, oh yeah, I did well. Yeah, thank you. um, Trying to say it in French. Oh, thank you. Um, I don't do it professionally. It's just a hobby. I just downloaded images online, but nowadays I've really gotten into coloring manga. Oh, that's good. That's good. Um, I just decided to, when I was young, I tried focusing on a lot. But these days, I just decided to focus on one aspect of making comic or manga, whatever people call it. And I decided to focus on just the inking and like the drawing aspect of it. And coloring is a lot. People underestimate colorists and coloring in general. But coloring is a lot. It's a lot of work, and it takes a lot. It takes a real skilled person to get, to color. Like whenever I look at the like comic books, right, that people do, and I'm always very impressed by how the colors complement the artwork, and that's because it's a skill. That's because it's a skill. So, and I don't want to spend time like working on coloring. So it's not the most important aspect in terms of like if you are someone that is making a comic. Um, so I just focus on the inking or like the penciling, actually drawing it. So that's why I spend a lot of time studying anatomy, and I spend a lot of time studying like like just how to draw, even though I should spend more time studying perspective as well, because that's also very important. I keep saying it, but I keep postponing it. Uh, try to say it in French. Jamie designer. Huh? Oh, is that what being a colorist is? Uh, in French, or like I'm a designer? Bye, John. Nice talking to you. Yeah, nice talking to you, Ransford, as well. Uh, and good luck with the exams. Uh, wishing you success, as much success as can be wished for. I think that is good. Oh, the pronunciation was good, Princess. Oh, thank you. The only French I remember, I was taught French in school. Like, it was part of the most important subjects in my secondary school, especially in the junior year. Were asked to study, like it was like a very important, it was a core subject, the same way with English, math, and science. But I was never good at it. A lot of us were never good at it, especially since we never actually applied it in our day-to-day life. So it just felt like work to learn French. So the only thing I remember about French was, saying my name, like bonjour, the normal bonjour, and je m'appelle Jean, like those type of things. Those were um, like just what we learned from that, just those basics. Even though they taught a lot, and our French teacher was very enthusiastic about us learning French, but we just couldn't pick up the passion. Like almost none of us did. Just very few, one or two people. I'm always jealous of those that can draw. I can, but like cartoon, but it's like cartoon. It's not realistic. I even also had a comic phase. Really, I think the same way I think like almost everything is a skill. I think like learning art is a skill, and like I always say in almost every stream, there are people that are born with better aptitude for it. Like there are some drawings I would see adults draw, right? And it is sort of like I see people draw in a certain way sometimes. And I remember when I was very young, like very young, And I never drew like that, despite how unskilled I was at art. So I would say I had natural aptitude for art, like drawing art, like observation. I was like naturally good at it. Because some art I see people drawing and they are relatively, mature in age. And those drawings I never drew like that, even as a child. Like my drawings were far better. Like just by sheer looking at what I'm drawing and trying to replicate it, it was far better. So I do believe there are people that have aptitude for a lot of things naturally. But it still doesn't change the fact that almost everything can be learned. That's the beauty of the human brain. As long as you have the normal anatomy of a human being, a lot of things can be learned. Of course, things like sports and athletics, that's a different subject. Um, but I still believe things like art, you can learn it. It just takes time. It just takes time and practice. And that's why I push for specialization a lot of the time before you generalize as an artist. Like there's a lot of things I don't know how to do as an artist. A lot of things I don't know how to do. But I chose to sacrifice that knowledge to just focus on one thing, and that is comics. Even like my portraits, yeah, because there was a time I was not good at portraits, but I had to sacrifice and like actually getting better at portraits meant me sacrificing the time I should have spent improving my comic books and working on my comic books, but I spent that on improving to learn how to do portraits and understand values and things like that. So but I understood how to work on portraits and how to draw a person's face. And yeah, now I'm focusing on comic books. So I won't get as good as I should get in portraits because I've chosen to sacrifice that for making comics. And that's just what life is about. What do they call it in JJK? Equivalent exchange, I believe. Yeah, you sacrifice something for one thing. Is that JJK or Hunter x Hunter? I don't remember. Yeah, but anyways, that's the whole idea. Hmm. Eee, I think that jaw is pretty uneven. All right. All right. That's looking good. Let's see. Let me try and add this. Forgot to add this flowing part of address. Um, to be honest, while I admired the realistic art, I never really bothered to try it. I liked cartoon style, Maybe because I grew up mostly in comics like Archie and learned most of my art from them. Yeah, like I personally see art as an act of expression. Yeah, like it's important to express yourself. That is why I personally don't like realistic art. I've always preferred stylized art. Like the comics, like you said, I've always preferred stylized art. Like I like seeing a bit of like realism in comic books. Like artists like Inoue, for instance, in manga, like I like seeing that. But his art is not necessarily extremely realistic, but you can see his skill with his manga. But I've never liked like whenever people do like hyper realistic art, where like the art is basically a photograph, right? It's basically a photograph. I respect it a lot, because I know it will be difficult for me to do or execute something like that. But I'm not, because I usually get jealous of artists, right? But I'm never like jealous of artists to the point where I'll say I would like to create something like that. Yeah, I admire the skill, but that is not like how I would want to express myself as an artist. Um, so yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I've always liked like cartoons and what do they call it? Cartoons and comics. I've always liked cartoons and comics. Hyper realistic art is just, not for me. When I was younger, I liked all forms of art, both realistic, hyper realistic, and the rest. But the older I grew, I just preferred art that's sort of like expressing a person's, that shows a person's character. Though nowadays I've decided to stick to just writing. How interested are you in writing? Yo, I love writing as an art form. Yeah, but I suck at writing, even though to be fair I haven't like actually settled down and humbled myself to properly learn it, because writing is a skill on its own. It's a different skill on its own, and it takes you practicing. You don't get good at writing by not writing. You get good at writing the same way with every other skill by actually practicing the skill and honing your ability, building your muscle memory and your affinity for it. But I admire writers a lot. Like my friend is a writer, and he's the one that read the first issue of my comic and gave me constructive criticism about my writing. That's why mostly the dialogue in the first issue, even though it's more of a monologue than a dialogue, in the first issue is just like not great, right? But with the second issue, the third issue, and the fourth issue, they just got a bit better. And that's because I just said he should just like write it for me rather than I just made him like the co-creator. Like he should just like collaborate with me on the comic book, and he did, because writing itself is a lot of work. Having to think about all these like think ahead in the story while still drawing, and still you might actually be doubting yourself. Like I don't have to doubt myself or doubt a particular scene whilst I'm making a comic, because I know I have another, like someone else doing that for me. The same way he doesn't have to worry about the art because I am there. So it just helps to collaborate. Collaboration is so interesting. And yeah, like do you think that he's the one that actually got me into looking into writers and listening to audiobooks like fiction? Um, he's the one that made me know about guys like Brandon Sanderson, Joe Abercrombie, George R. R. Martin, and the rest. Oh, you read chapter one of Terror? Yeah, thank you so much, Osa. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I promise you it gets better. I promise you it gets better. Even though it gets better, I promise you. Yeah. You should check out Witch Heart Atelier, or and Go Kura was a Go Kurakugai. Uh, Go Kurakugai. Oh yeah, I have seen Witch Hat Atelier. It's really nice. I like the textures that the artist adds to his buildings. I like even like the hats of the witches. I like how like the in terms of like the characters are drawn simply, right? I like the contrast between the characters, how simple the characters are drawn, and how textured the environments are done. Like I really like and enjoy that a lot. Like I like seeing stuff like that in art, like in comic books, when artists do that. Like they will just make the like for instance, these two characters they will be drawn extremely simply in a simple style, but then like their dress, for instance, there will be like details in their dress. I think that is so cool. Um, and this second comic you're talking about, this second manga, is it the one of the guy with the sword? Is it the one of the guy with the sword that has like fish? He uses a sort of like fish technique to fight. Like he's a swordsmith and he has like a friend. I don't know, and he's like taking care of a girl that is being haunted. Is that a comic? Or is it the one of the what do they call? I think that one is Kagurabachi. I think that's the one I'm thinking about. Um, I think that's the one I'm thinking about. Kagurabachi. I think writing is also like drawing. You could learn the skills, but you also need the aptitude or talent. Hmm. I believe that. I believe that as well. I think some people are just drawn to certain things. Like whenever maybe like they see a movie, they just want to understand how something like that came to be. They want to understand the structure, like how you can go about because there's a craft to everything. There's a craft to everything. Like things don't just happen like that. There is always a system to everything. So I think people are naturally there are people that are just naturally curious about something like that. And that leads them to, begin creating and experimenting in that particular area of field. Waiting for the next chapter. Yeah, this is the next this is the next chapter. Like I'm currently working on it. That's what I'm doing here. I'm currently working on it. One of my dreams is to actually, just work on it full time. But I always have to do it part time because I have like a 9 to 5 that I do, and I have to, pay bills and stuff like that. So that takes time. That takes time. That takes a huge chunk of my day. Based on my ability, I can like if I were to just focus on like my comic, I'd probably be finishing on average 2 to 3 pages per day. But because of how I have, life and things like that, um, I just have to, divide my time and my attention constantly. And you don't want your landlord knocking on your door asking you for rent. simply because he decided not to work. Yeah. Yeah, but my dream is to just work on this full time, hopefully. Hopefully one day it will happen. I do know with certainty that it will happen one day. Um I prefer to be tired over this than tired over like someone else's work. Oh, no, that's Kagurabachi. This one is about a world of demons. Oh, world of demons and other races, but the main antagonists are demons. Hmm. Let me type it up and check it out. Um, Let me look at the name again. Gokurakugai. Gokurakugai. Gokuraku. Oh, yeah, I've seen this one. Like they are sort of like mercenaries, right? The characters are like mercenaries. Yeah. Like this is the one where they have really nice drip, right? They are very fashionable, the characters. I'll check it out. The art is very clean, by the way. Like the line work is just precise and exceptional. I've seen a bit of the art, but I've not read it. I've not like actually read the manga. These days it's quite difficult for me to settle down to read a story consistently as much as I want to. I wish I could just spend all day just reading, like either audiobooks or like there's so many materials that I want to read, but I just can't like create the time for it. Um, I'm back. Welcome back, Princess. Welcome back. Thanks for rejoining. Like I have like a huge list of like manga, comics, and like even like novels that I want to read. And at some point, I just got frustrated and stopped updating the list because I just felt like I would never actually finish. I'll never actually get to them because of um, my work and things like that. There's just so much to do um, that I actually I don't have a lot of time to. But I do, most of the times I do get inspired. Um, I do get inspired, and I could just like once I just look at a comic book, I could just get very inspired by the art, and it just fills me with creative juices, and I just begin working. It happens. My broski is streaming. Hell yeah! How Irene? How are you doing, Irene? How's your day going? Are you able to do another video today? Remember, I told you I'm expecting 100. What the hell am I doing, man? I'm uploading now. I just uploaded. You can check. Is it a video or like Let me just check it out. Give me a moment. Let me just finish this. Oh yeah, video. That's good. That's good. That's good. Another question: how does it work exactly with someone else writing and you drawing? The person writes the story and you read and storyboard then draw, or the person storyboards it themselves? All right. So the way it works is that I have a story, right? Because I'm the one that sort of started it. I had an idea and I sort of drafted some things out. Yeah, and I have notes on where I want the story to go, or like, what do they call them in writing? There's a thing they call them in writing. Uh, like important moments that I want to happen in a story, or like I want there's a direction I want the story to go. Not necessarily direction, but like I have characters, right, in the story. I have organizations, I have people, I have things, right? How would I call them now? Structures that I want to have in the story, right? So it's just like a miner, right? A mining company. Most of the time, I'm sort of like the guy that mines the resources. So I have the resources, I have the diamond, the raw material, but he's sort of like the guy that refines them. He refines the raw material and makes it sellable. He makes it marketable. He makes it commercial, right? He turns the sort of raw diamond into necklaces, into jewelries, into crowns, tiaras, and things like that that can be actually sold in the market. Um, that's the best analogy I can use for it. So I have the idea or the ideas, and then he's the one that puts it all together. He structures it perfectly and makes it look good. Yeah. So, and then he asks me questions about the story. He's the one that asks me the difficult questions, like this thing you did here, this idea you have, these are the problems with the ideas, these are the plot holes this your idea can create, these are the issues that this doesn't fit the setting, right? So you have to think of something else. So he asks me difficult questions and things that make me think, and yeah, that's just what he does. And I do the character designs as well. So once he's done with the script, I'll go through the script, I'll ask him questions. Sometimes even I will storyboard it by myself. So these sketches are done by me. So I'll do the sketches most of the time and then send it to him. Most times, because of time, I don't send him the sketches. I just go ahead and start inking. But I think having good communication is very important. So I just try to send him some of the sketches, and I do update him on the processes. Like once I'm done with this page, I'll screenshot it and show it to him and show him that this is what I did. And if it aligns with sort of like what he there's a lot of freedom in on both ends, is what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of freedom. I let him do his thing. If I'm not sure about something, I ask him and he lets me do my thing. He just makes random inputs here and there. And he could send me screenshots or like references of like comic book pages and how he envisioned it when he was writing, like the fight scenes that he wanted, and just little things like that. And then I say, oh, all right, I then take note of that and I then incorporate that. Like there was a scene where there were like people being covered by blood, and being like the blood covered them sort of like sort of like leather. I don't know. Let me show you the scene. Um, like this scene, for instance, right? You can see there are a lot of people being covered by some sort of like leather-like material. It's actually congealed blood. They are covered by congealed blood, and they are sort of like stretching, trying to get out of it. But it covered them, and they're like screaming. A lot of people are dying. It's just a very horrific situation and a horrific scene. Yeah, you see people stretching, trying to get out of it, but he just sort of like covered them. And when he first wrote this, it was quite difficult for me because I didn't like I couldn't see what he was seeing. Yeah, so what he did was that he sent me a reference of there's a game called Diablo, and in the game there was this like I don't know, demon like character. I don't know what do they call them. What was her name? I've forgotten her name. She's I don't know. Anyway, she had horns. She had demon horns, and she sort of like was. She needed like three sacrifices, three blood sacrifices, to be able to come to life or to able to come to this dimension. Um, and there were three guys that were used for this sacrifice. So her process of coming into this dimension, like he sent me the video and I used that as a reference to sort of like show the congealed blood, um, as a reference rather for what he wanted, and I was able to use that inspiration and work with it. So that's sort of like how it works in general. Hope that helped. Well, I hope that cleared it rather. But that's how we work in general. Um, it's a very free process. Hmm. All right. Now I'm going to check your page, Irene. So far it's going all right. This panel is going to be duplicated in this panel because they are going to sort of be sitting down in silence. And then of course, this will be the last panel. I think that will be it for this page. So far we've progressed. So far we've progressed. Um, yeah, let me search Irene. Irene Irene Flex. You're always changing your name. But I think this Irene Flex is the best one. So don't change it. All right? Don't change it. Uh, you know what? I'm just going to go to subscription. I'm just going to go to subscription. Oh yeah, another video. Yo, by the way, you said you drew this with your fingers. Yeah, a stronger person than I am. Is this Zuko? Oh no, Zuko's sky is on the left. Yo, I can see how much work you just gave yourself. You actually tried painting this. I'm sure you felt frustrated at some point. You made it up in your head. Yeah, is this any of the characters in that's going to be in the story? What's the name of the story again? I always forget the name. Usually you can make the video shorter. How do you do that? There's a way you can make the videos shorter because especially since it's not a talking head video, you can make the time lapse process shorter and you get more views on YouTube. Well, if that's the aim, rather. You can make the time lapse to maybe like 15 seconds. If you make the time lapse 15 seconds, you get more, well, more views, I think. Yeah, I forgot to add our earrings. Yeah, I did. I liked it. Now make another one tomorrow, yeah? But I can tell how difficult like it is. It's such an effort to actually make digital art with just your fingers. It looks exhausting from where I'm sitting. Yes, it's hard but fun. That's good. That's a positive outlook. As long as it's fun for you, that's one of the most important things. That's one of the most important things. Um, I'm happy. I'm really happy you're posting. I'm really happy you're posting. I'm really happy you're posting. I promise you, look at it 5 years from now, you'll be happy that you posted it. Even though you might cringe at your art, you will definitely cringe at your art, but you'll be happy you posted it. That's too big. Dun, 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 dun. Yo, forgot. Like, isn't she wearing? Yeah, she's wearing something on her left hand. Your art is also nice, Irene. I could never hope to do that with my fingers. Yeah, if you should check out her traditional works, like the works she actually used pencils to do. They look really good. They look really good as well. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that's good. That's good enough. That's good. I like that. We're almost done with this page. Almost done. Almost. Almost done. I think all we left is I'll have to add some values and some shading here and there so that it's going to look good. Um, is that wise? Let's Yeah, yeah, I think it's all right. It's all right. I don't know. Is that nah? I'll just leave it like that. 10 minutes. Um, I wish you the best of luck. I have assignments to do, so I have to go. I wish we could talk more. See you next time. Same to you, Irene. Yeah, Agregos, thank you so much for joining the stream. I appreciate you. I'm glad you stayed as long as you did. We could always chat later on. I try to come live every day, for however long my budget allows for that. Yeah, so hopefully I see you later on, maybe in the week or next week, depending on when you're free. Uh, but I appreciate you taking the time to be here. Thank you. And good luck with your assignments as well. Good luck with your assignments and your writing. Yeah. I hope to see any of your works. Hopefully you can share with us and I can check them out. Hopefully. Dun, 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 dun. You uploaded some new posts. Let me check them. Are there some new arts? Drawing everything I want is so fun. Let's see. Isn't this the character I saw where? This is the character from is this Dante? Dante and this but it looks like a guy, right? Is he a furry? What do they call them? Furry, right? I think that's what they call them. Furries. And this a guy playing snooker. Is that what they call it? Snooker or pool? Yeah, they call it pool as well. Snooker. This was the drawing you did yesterday, right? Um, is it UG? Is that his name? And this is a lady with a nice buttocks. And this is what's this freak's name again? Dante, yeah, Dante. Dante. Yeah. Oh, it's not a lady. Oh, it's it's not a lady. It's a guy. Yo, that's a very scrumptious pose. That's a very, very scrumptious pose. One of these days. Thanks. Bye. Yeah, have a nice day, Ghost. Have a nice day. Thanks for joining once more. Oh, yeah, I've seen this one, right? Yeah, I've seen this one. Are these like is he wearing a lab coat? Is Dante wearing a lab coat? Dante. Yeah, he wears because he's a he's a killer doctor. Yeah. What am I talking about? I was talking about Dante. There's nothing wrong with the post, There's nothing wrong with the post. Post as many art as you want to post, yeah. The internet is free. Well, maybe not the Wi-Fi, but like the internet itself is free. And you'll be surprised at how many people would actually like your art. So post as much as possible, yeah. My character is also wearing a lab coat, by the way. He's also wearing a lab coat. Yeah, Dante is pure evil and charismatic. Yeah, he's like what's the character's name? Orochimaru. Orochimaru. Very slippery character. Nah man, not that much hair. Yes, I know Orochimaru, exactly. Yeah, Dante is giving Orochimaru vibes. Even though Orochimaru has very effeminate features. He's like Hisoka. He has his own favorites and he's weird. Yeah, Hisoka is a really cool character, by the way. I thought he was weird the first time I saw him. I always saw people referencing Hisoka, but I never like actually got it. Like, why do people like this character? But then I watched Hunter x Hunter and I really liked Hisoka as well. He's just unique and cool. Like, I don't know how to explain it though. I guess people will just have to watch it to actually get his character. Definitely he's my favorite. Definitely not like others. Yeah. Yeah, I like him. I think who was my favorite character in Hunter x Hunter? Who was it? Yeah, my favorite character was that student guy, the guy with the glasses. Yeah, let me show you my favorite character. Hunter characters. And I really liked what's his name? Yo, you know what? I actually like every single character almost equally. I actually like all of them equally now that I think about it. I like all of them. Like all of them. I like all of them. They're also interesting. I like this I've forgotten his name. I've forgotten his name. He has one cool ability. Like Hunter x Hunter is actually a dope ass like anime. Like it's such a cool story. Like the world is so vast, so interesting. The possibilities are just I mean like Hunter x Hunter is a top tier anime by the way. Top tier anime. Top tier. I love the story. And it's the story that took me off guard. It took me by surprise. I was just bored. And then I just decided to pick up Hunter x Hunter and just watch. And I was just pleasantly surprised with how good the story was. I enjoyed it. You pronounce favorite wrong. I do? Kurapika. Exactly. That's his name. Kurapika. I pronounce favorite wrong. How do they pronounce favorite? Um, now that I just look at all their faces, I don't have a favorite anymore. Yeah, I don't have a favorite anymore. But one of the funniest characters that appealed to me was this guy. I've forgotten his name. Yeah, I've forgotten his name. But I liked him because he was just interested in getting into the challenge so that he can get money and become a doctor. I just thought that was just so funny. That was very funny to me. And I liked the groups as well. I liked the antagonist groups. What do they call them? Those secret society and the assassin family as well. Leorio. Oh, that's his name. Like like Oreo. Leorio. Leorio. Yeah. The students guy, like yeah, the one that wanted to become a doctor or doctor before you then crucify my accent. Spiders, yes, spiders, exactly. Yo, when last did you watch it? I don't remember anything. 'Cause actually, it's been a while since I watched it. But I can't get into the manga for whatever reason. Actually, the manga I just hear there's just I just can't get into the manga for whatever reason. I liked the Chimera Ant arc. I think that's the favorite, the most that's the coolest arc in the story, in the entire story so far. Now I'm nitpicking. Now I'm nitpicking because I have extra time on my hands. I think I'll end the stream here because I'm done. It's just to add some values, just to add values into the pages and it will look good. I think that's what I'll do. I'll add values to the faces. I don't remember two, but I know the names. I watched it two times. Yo, twice. Chimera Ank was so long, bro. 2 to 3 days war wouldn't be that long. They made it long unnecessarily. Yeah, I understand. I understand. But actually, it was fun. Maybe it's because time has passed, and the time that I used to watch it, it was compressed. But yo, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the Chimera arc, and The Chimera Ant Arc Arc Ant. Chimera Arc Ant. Chimera Arc Ant. Very funny. I know sometimes they do that in anime. Most times to like so that they don't catch up immediately with the manga and to extract as much money as they possibly can, you know, from the story. So it's business at the end of the day. It's just business. I wanted Hisoka versus Gon fights so much. Hisoka told Gon, come again when you get stronger. Gon is now stronger, but there is no fight. Yeah, unfortunately, Gon lost his abilities. Yeah, Gon lost his abilities. Uh, I think he sacrificed it to be able to beat that cat chimera ant lady. Um, where was that again? Yo, I hated that character, man. Yo, those characters were evil, you know. They didn't even give a damn about nothing. Some evil characters, you know. Evil. Pure evil. Yo, they were eating people, you know. That was crazy. I was like, yo, this cartoon have like they've got people, they're eating people in this cartoon, you know. They just go and abduct villagers and like just use them for brunch. Like that was crazy. I never expected like like the story to take that kind of turn. I mean, yo, it was actually surprising. Well, to me anyways. It's like, yo, they're just abducting people from their villages and just using them for snacks. Oh yeah, let me show you the character. I think there were like five. Hunter, five. Let me just put five Chimera ants. Yo, search what I want to search, yo. Yeah, it's this character. This character. I don't know if you can see it. Evil character, you know. Evil character. Yo, I loved this octopus character. Yo, this octopus character was my favorite. He's so cute. I really liked him. I really liked him so much. This octopus guy. Yo, I liked him so much. I liked him so much. These two characters, I hated them the most. This one and this one. These two, I hated them. Even though this guy is like the main villain, but I hated these two characters the most. They just enjoyed, derived pleasure from just being evil, you know. Anyways. Oh my god, I hate what's her name? Nefripito. Yeah, Octopus was good. Yeah, Octopus is so cool, man. Octopus is so cool. Like, yo, Octopus is different gravy. Yeah, I really liked Octopus. He just grew on me. Like, like him so much. Poof was so handsome, couldn't hate him actually. So he just let the shit he was doing slide because he was good looking. No matter how pretty a person is, I'm never letting that kind of shit slide, you know. Just crazy. He was evil, evil, and his powers were very diabolical. Like both, I can't lie, the powers in the show was so good. They just had really nice abilities, like the characters. Very unique power sets. I really enjoyed Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, I'll scream that to the world. Dope story. When you really can get it. Na 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 na. When you're when you're when you're ready, come and get it. No, 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 no. He's just a cute butterfly. He killed so many chimera colonies. Cute butterfly, my ass. Don't like him at all. Anyways, Irene, I'm going to end the stream here. I think I'm quite done with what I need to do for now. I'm just going to add a bit of detail here and there and continue tomorrow. Tomorrow is when I'll work on the detailing of the mosquito man reference illustration that I was doing. Let me show you. I'll continue this illustration hopefully tomorrow. Uh, that's if I'm able to finish like the comic book pages I'm supposed to do. Yeah. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Hopefully you like keep drawing. I really appreciate it when you show me the art. Like I appreciate it. Keep drawing. You're always getting better and you get better. Like even though it's difficult with using your fingers, I'm 100% sure you get even more better the more you do it. Yeah. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow and have a nice day. Good night.